Now that Wayne White has finally left the building from his bombastic appearance at the Knoxville Museum of Art reception here about a week or two during the Big Years Festival. You know, it's nice to see that the personality is gone and the arrogance and pride and, you know, over-the-top kitsy performances he gave are done, and what is left is his work over decades in the South and in the media centers of New York and Hollywood. And what I found seems similar to a lot of Southern artists. You know, pick Kenny Chesney, you know, Ashley McBride, all from the South, and all feeling like they don't belong in a city, a town, a place in America, where art is seen as something for fairies and queers, especially men. Grew up in the South, the Southern man is a working man. He's a man that toils the ground, the dirt, the earth. He is not a man with aspirations in the sky. This is titled Sand Mountain. Where Wayne White was born, I believe. That's his hometown. And the South is very much his motherland, if you will. And so much of his work here is indicative of a young man who has his head in the air, or what is it? His head in the clouds, his nose in the air. I straddle the great briny bay. A lot of this work deals with being, you know, wanting to get out. Because he does not feel a part of the people or the city or town he's from. I love this. I love this. This perhaps is one of my favorite, if not my favorite. See this? You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the coloring books they have at Shoney's and, all the popular tourist restaurants to keep kids quiet. Here, write on this, draw on this. Keep kids occupied while the adults, the big people, have their meals without being aggravated. Piece is called Cloud 3, ironically. And there's a lot of pictures or a lot of paintings here that depict clouds of some sort. A young boy with his nose in the air as his townsfolk see him. And who feels throttled by the life he lives. This was painted. This is a painting from 2005. Along this wall here, which again is not part of Knoxville Art Museum, but is indicative of the love and care that White put in to this exhibit. This is much more than just the few prints or the few paintings that he threw in the Emporium a year or two ago at during the Big Ears Festival. Remember that? Who is this guy, Wayne White? And what's he about? Well, he's here to tell you with this Revenge of the Knoxville Girl. Here you have another painting entitled Throttled, painted the same year as the one all the way down there. Confinement. But this, as opposed to the other one, has a sort of, Jesus quelled, the tempest sea or something, kind of painting to it. This. Where have you seen that sort of painting before? Jesus standing on a rowboat with the 12 apostles. Here you see icons of the South, Alabama. The tents, the camping tents, stacked like apartment. The tea, the University of Tennessee? Or is that an ironworks that was so prolific in Alabama? But see, Wayne White was a different kind of kid. Neither of those extremes of the South inspired him. What Wayne White liked and was inspired by was Alfred A. Newman. That's the icon. The title of the Knoxville Girl. Now, the Knoxville Girl goes way back to, the 16th, 17th century Scotland, England, Ireland. It's one of those traditional songs about beating to death your girlfriend and running to mother and saying, hey, I done a bad one. It's been done time and time again. It's a standard in the time, the Knoxville Girl. Well, in the Louvin Brothers in 1959 reached number 19 on the country charts with the Knoxville Girl. The Louvin Brothers were, a one-hit wonder, I believe. And like standards, they adapted their lyrics to Knoxville. And the Tennessee River. This whole wall is devoted to country artists. Yes, it is dark, royal blue. Wall is devoted to country artists and country art, if you will, in a way. This man who did MTV videos for Smashing Pumpkins. And others puts the lyrics here to the Louvin version of the Knoxville Girls. And then every scene here, every painting, in some way deals with the woods and the forest and the hills. And the country artists sometimes that he pictures in them. Like the Louvin Brothers. He calls the Louvin Pixies. Or the old country artist, what was his name? George Jones. Remember the old alcoholic and drinker George Jones? One of the greatest country artists of all time that was nicknamed the Possum because he looks like a possum. He's pictured here, alone in the woods. Not with a glass of whiskey, but a suit. And I don't know if you can see it, but he's got a cigarette in his mouth. He's by himself in the woods. And finally, come to my favorite here. Among the country artists featured in Wayne White's exhibit, Revenge of the Knoxville Girl. Not the Knoxville Girl, the Revenge of the Knoxville Girl. This is my favorite of the four here. I am a human. I must tell you, this natty daddy loves this the best of these country artist paintings here along the royal blue wall. Now, why? Because, well, it's set in the hills and the forests, but also in a way it's abstract in a sort of Wayne White sort of way. And it's indicative of a holler in the woods, or what they would call howling at the moon, that old natty daddy has done here himself in Fort Dickerson Park. You go alone into the woods when the world is not treating you right, and you holler to be seen, to be recognized, to be appreciated as an individual, or in Wayne White's instance, as an artist from the South. It is a hit, and it's not to be missed. Wayne White brings a new contemporary view to a popular song that's as old as the hills, with the Revenge of the Knoxville Girl exhibit now playing at the Knoxville Museum of Art.